Hey everybody, we're back. Sorry about the issues, y'all. Listen, we need y'all to go ahead, go on YouTube, share, and let everybody know we're back on. Okay. Um, if my people can go ahead and share this on Facebook, go to the YouTube link and share this on Facebook and let people know that we're on. We having a little technical difficulties tonight, y'all. So sorry about that. But we are back on. So I need you guys to, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to go and let people know that we're on right now, okay? Uh Take a few seconds and let them know we on. All right, so everybody that's on right now, forgive us, guys, for the delay here. I'm just trying to get the audience. Okay, y'all are coming on. Share and let people know we're on, guys. We just had a little technical issues, but we're back on. The land of technology. I see people are coming on. Just giving it a few minutes, you guys, to come on. Sorry about the delay here. Okay. All right. You guys share for me. Let them know we back on. All right. Well, welcome to the show, y'all. It's just, hey, it happens like this sometimes, but it's okay, right? We're going to get through it. We're just a few minutes behind, about 15 minutes, but it's okay. Y'all going to hang in there with us. For those who are viewing right now, I need you guys to go, share, let people know that we're on, okay? We're going to get the show started. We're expecting a good show. And thank y'all for those who are tuning in. Go ahead and let people know that we're on if y'all don't mind so we can get the numbers up. We were looking good and then we just had these technical difficulties, okay? But we're going to go ahead and get started. I hope you guys have had a great week so far. It's just Tuesday and I seen somebody say on Facebook earlier, Tuesday is Tuesdaying, okay? And it looks like that's what's going on, but it's all good, okay? So glad to have y'all on Candid Conversations. Listen, this is the sixth episode, the sixth show, and we're excited about doing it. We're excited about being here. For those who are asking, where's the link to share? Go to my Facebook page, and you can see that I just reissued the new link. Or you can go on YouTube, go on the YouTube and put in Candid Conversations from the single place. You'll be able to see that we're live. Click on that and then click share, and you can copy that and you can put it on your Facebook page and all, okay? So thank y'all for being patient with us. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, you got it. All right, I see comments. People saying this. Y'all got it. It's looking good. Okay, thank y'all for that. Well, we're glad that y'all are with us. Continue to share so that people can know that we're on because we're looking for a good time tonight and good conversation. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and proceed on with this. I got the cast with me, or not the cast, but I got the crew with me, and we even got a new addition to the crew, and we're excited about it. But before we get started, I want to at least see these numbers jump up, come on up, come on up. So I need y'all to go ahead and let people know that we're on. Let them know that we're on. How y'all doing out there? Those who are viewing, how things going? We're moving over into this summer. The weather is changing, or it's trying to change, but I don't know what's been happening these last few days where we will have a hot day and then it'll get cold all of a sudden and just all this craziness going on. So listen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm just ready for something. I need it to be stabilized. Okay. So I hope that you guys are doing good. I'm just giving it some time, guys, just so that people can tune in because I know that I had a couple of people that was trying to figure out what's going on And so we are back on. Let them know that we are back on, that we are live. Okay. All right. Well, as y'all are coming in and as y'all letting people know that we're on, we're going to go ahead and get started with the show. Okay. And I hope you guys are excited because, as I mentioned, we got some hot topics that we're going to be talking about, some stuff that's been buzzing on the social media, on the internet. And we're going to talk about it tonight. And I hope y'all ready to dive in and just have good conversation. Y'all know how we do it over here. We like to have good conversations. Sometimes, you know, it gets a little heated, it gets a little fiery, but that's okay. Somebody said to are on your platform to share to their pages. Yes, we want everybody that's watching to please share. Please share it to your platform and let people know that we're on. Go ahead and like and share and let people know that we're on. Okay. Just reading some of these comments and what people are saying. Tell them to share it on their platforms. Okay. So we want y'all to definitely share it and let people know that we're on. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started, and whoever chimes in. We know that people watched the show after oftentimes. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to do what we do every time we come on, and we're going to go around and just begin to introduce everybody. So we are going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to welcome back our sister, our friend, the beauty herself, Miss Angela Harris. Hey, Ange. I think you're on mute.
I am muted. Hey, how you doing?
Good. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're starting off a little crazy tonight. I don't know what's going on, but it's all good. It's all good. Well, we're glad to have you on with us tonight. You ready to have the conversations?
Glad to be here. Yes. I got my feet propped up. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Well, we're excited to have you on with us tonight. We're looking forward to it. And we missed him the last time, but we thought he had ditched us, but he said no, he hasn't forsaken us yet. So we are going to welcome back Kevin Samuels 2.0. His real name is Mark Fortson. Welcome back, Mark. Unmute yourself. Are you muted? You ain't muted. You good. You good.
Ladies, what's happening? How y'all feeling?
What's going on? We feeling good. We missed you.
Listen, I missed y'all too. I can tell y'all miss me too. I can tell. I feel it.
How you can tell?
You guys. I could feel your misery, pain, and anguish when I wasn't there.
You know? Well, I don't know about all that, but I will say we missed your input, we missed your humor, we missed all that. And we glad to have you back. Welcome, 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 Mom.
It's good to be back. I'm glad to be back. Hey, Angela, how you doing, baby?
Hello, Mark. I muted myself. How are you? I'm glad to have you back. No shenanigans tonight. Can we have a real conversation for one?
Girl, I wouldn't be on here if I couldn't bring my shenanigans. What you talking about? Okay. That's what I do. Everybody has their role to play.
You know? Okay.
We know that you're going to play yours and play it well. So thank you.
It's good to see y'all, though. Good to see y'all. I like your spirals, Angela. Your spirals on the side. I like
it. Be quiet, because I'm not in a place. I'm not feeling it.
Leave my Angela on. Spirals are spiraling.
I do. They spiraling, and your forehead is shining, Stephanie. Real bright. I love it.
Let the dome do what it do.
Don't start. Let me check that beard. Are any spaces need to be filled in? Don't play.
Right.
Come on, check it out. My just for men is on point. Thank you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He put that hat back on. He didn't get his shaving. He didn't get that shaving cream.
Listen.
Shining.
Coconut oil, baby. That's coconut oil.
Oh, Lord. Coconut oil. Okay. Well, again, welcome back. Welcome back. And we are going to go ahead and introduce your wonderful adversary.
Bring her out.
None other than the one herself, Miss Jerica Caldwell. What's going on? Unmute yourself, sir. You got to unmute yourself.
She's been drinking. Been drinking.
Excuse me, sir?
You look like
and
you
I want
drinking.
to tell you, I seen you showing off your head, and we say you have coconut oil on there. In this heat, baby, you want to stop that because you'll have it fried and burnt up under there. You need to stop that.
Well,
You gotta give some sunscreen lotion.
You'll be smelling like some searing steak up under there. Okay, but anyway, I am raw and unfiltered tonight, as my name suggests. I don't know why my name is not up here, but it is raw and unfiltered. I'm so glad to be back with you guys. I think the topics are going to be good tonight. I've been waiting on them and to sprinkle some other things I found out here into the mix, and I'm ready for this conversation. And I'm Mark. It's fair game. You was missing last time, so you definitely on the chopping block tonight. So I hope you come with some receipts, some statistics, and don't come with no fake statistics like our other guests last time. We want some real statistics.
Oh Lord, throw in the
I
shade.
was gonna say his stuff was fake.
And I want you to
It
fix that big old
incredible.
clock behind you. That clock been on the same time since we've been doing this show. Fix that big old clock
said,
back
the
there.
prime example, like I say for Kevin Samuels, a broken clock is right at least twice a day. 2 times a day that broken clock is right.
You put some batteries in that thing and keep it moving. Come on.
Oh,
My husband will do it.
I cannot. Y'all need to share, let people know we're on. Get the numbers up, okay, people? We trying to build our platform here. All right. And last but certainly not least, y'all, I'm super excited about this young man that's getting ready to join us. His first time, but he's excited. And we're so glad to welcome him. We know, Mark been holding it down, and then we had our guest, Carl Butler, and so we've been introducing different guys to the platform, and we found out that this young man will be very interested in it, and so we're excited to have him, y'all. I want y'all to help me welcome Mr. Marquel Smith. What's going on, Marquel?
What's going on? How you doing? How you doing, ladies?
How are you?
Marquel.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you, Angela.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Man, what's up, Mark?
What's good, big homie? I appreciate
going
you
on,
being
baby?
here, man. Cause
I got you. Listen, I'm
I'm
holding you
already
down.
under attack. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right.
I'm
We got
under attack.
we got our holy oil with us, baby. You know what I mean? We got our holy oil with us. Thou shalt be anointed.
You said what?
Thou shalt be anointed.
Listen, I mean, the testing is real tonight, but we're gonna get it together, y'all. We steady. This is our 6th show, and I'm proud to say we've been coming along. We've had a little technical difficulties and issues here and there, but it's coming along. We doing all right. What y'all think?
Let's get to it.
I blame Jericho.
Hey, I always say my shoulder's been big enough to take the blame. You can put it all on me.
How you doing,
what the
Jericho?
black man should have been doing and carried it on his
Oh
shoulder.
my Lord! Don't blame nobody. Don't blame nobody for your poor Wi-Fi. Okay, so that ain't our fault. You need to get closer to the window and pick up on your neighbors at Wi-Fi. That's what it's gonna take. Okay.
I didn't say nothing about them 1970s vintage cabinets that you had back there. Don't say nothing about my because I have AT&T fiber. Let me get this
I
correct.
doubt it. I think you got Metro PCS. I think you still got you the only person still got Metro PCS. That's where your Wi-Fi coming from. So.
Okay. Never had Metro PCS. But let's get on these topics, please.
Yeah, because we've already lost some of our time, but y'all good. Y'all know how we have to crank it up. We had to get the juices warm. We had to get ourselves together, because we was having some issues. But now that we have everybody on, I'm excited to talk because hey, social media has really been on one lately. It seemed like everything just been popping off within the last couple of weeks. And 2 of the topics we're going to talk about tonight, I think are, befitting, and I'm ready to dive in. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. So the first thing that we want to talk about this discussion here, for many who, are familiar with, Christian music or, Christian celebrity gospel artists. And for those who are not, we're going to, shed light on this one particular artist, been around for years, has great music. I love his music. I've been able to see him, watch him live perform here in Atlanta. in Praise and Apart some years ago. Dope artist. I really do love him, and I think he's really dope. We found out he just turned 50, and I'm like, he looks amazing for one. He looks really, really good. He turned 50, he had a birthday party not too long ago. And after this birthday party, y'all, I mean, the internet, Instagram, Shade Room, Larry Light, I mean, everybody. I mean, it was everywhere. It just turned up. And I'm talking about, if you don't know who I'm talking about none other than Dietrich Haddon. He had a 50th birthday party, and some of the who's were there, and it looked like it was a great time. But like I said, social media blew up because at his party, him and his wife, he is married, has a beautiful wife, beautiful children, and the video went viral because she was twerking on her husband. Okay, and the streets just lost it. I mean, everybody. Which is why the title tonight is Churchin and Twerkin. Okay, that's what we're talking about, a little bit of that, Churchin and Twerkin, because everybody just went bananas. I mean, it just blew up. Everybody, everybody was in a big frenzy. People were feeling some kind of way. Some people was like, "Oh, leave him alone." Some people was like, "Man, let that man do what he do, him and his family, his wife, whatever, And people were talking, gave his wife the business. And some people, like I said, were okay with it. So we just want to talk about it tonight because it was a big thing. And basically the conversation that we want to center around, not that we're how we do it here is we're just having dialogue. Okay. We're not putting the Bible on nobody on this particular podcast, although we wholeheartedly hold to the Bible and to what the Bible says. We live according to the word and everything. But
some of us.
Some of us are still a work in progress. We all still a work in progress, so it's okay. But yeah, we just want to have conversation around that because throughout the years, over the last, I'd say 10 years, we've seen different shows come out where they had, the preachers of LA, the preachers of Atlanta, just trying to allow people to see, I guess, the lives of, Christian-based celebrity preachers and speakers and singers and things like that. And some people have kind of like had different, opinions about it. Some people like, I don't think that's right. Some people like, they human, let them, be human. That's what's wrong with the church now, all of this. So we're going to dive into it. And I want to just start off by asking y'all and whoever want to catch it first, what did y'all think about it? Did y'all think it was, crazy, outlandish, did y'all feel, like, did y'all clench your pearls when y'all saw it? I mean, what do y'all think about it? Let's go into it. Angela, you already got a smirk on your face.
I'm thinking about what Jerica said. She said, who would never?
Who would never what?
You said somebody would never do that. Okay.
Talking about in our text thread, she said,
yeah.
the late Bishop G. Patterson said,
exactly. Exactly.
Well, I'll just say, first of all, it was cute. To me, it was cute. It was simple. The sister wasn't doing a lot. It ain't like she was doing, she wasn't doing too much. So that was her husband, fine and dandy. I'm fine with that. There was absolutely, in my opinion, nothing wrong with the acts. Okay, even at his birthday celebration, hey, do what you do. You guys are in your safe space with your people. Have at it. On the other hand, call me Miss Pew Baby. I don't know what you want to call me. A church baby, a pew baby. Now, y'all know I can get a little wild myself, but
really?
It's like you being who you are. What you say? What?
I said, really? I'm intrigued. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Jerica and Stephanie know. Okay. I could be wild myself. But I do feel like you being who you are.
You getting wild now on the broadcast?
I know. I said, is that a rose?
Don't do it now.
Let me put the rolls up. No, I've never in my life had one of those. Don't play with me.
Lord. Stephanie, I said she bout it.
Whoa, we already getting off to a hot girl summer. What's going on here?
Let me
that was Marquell. Somebody was calling Marquell.
That was somebody calling me. My apologize.
I clutched my pearls, Marquell. I thought that was wrong.
I'm sorry.
That was not a rose. Don't do that. Anyway.
Jesus. Jesus.
We're gonna talk about the role of Sharon, not the role of the world.
Listen.
That's
I'm laughing.
perfect timing, Marquel.
I the role of Sharon, you guys.
Angela, I got a newfound respect for you. She said, I'm about it. I said,
You know,
oh,
that's a whole nother story. And
You're
since
right.
we're at
You're
it,
right.
I don't indulge in anything like that. I don't indulge in that. I'll just leave it at that. But
Yeah, we're gonna have them for another conversation.
yeah, that's
View on the audience, I hope y'all ready for these shenanigans tonight.
Marquel.
And somebody got the hotline tonight.
I don't know who calling me tonight. Like my phone on me dry.
Or whatever.
What is going on tonight?
Ooh, I'm loving this, boy. Welcome back, boy. Welcome back.
Ooh, right.
Listen, it's not my fault. The devil is alive tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault. They say he did.
Get on the main
That's what's going on, John. Know what's going on?
Oh my gosh. That shouldn't be that funny.
Man, I don't know what's going on.
But did you finish your point, though, Angela?
Get that together. Anyway.
Did you finish your point, Angela?
No, I did not. What I was going to say is I did feel like that was fine and dandy. She could do that. That's her husband. Great. But I do feel like him being who he is, I really feel like it should not have been uploaded to social media. And I say that wholeheartedly because we know that the church is full of some of the most horniest, thirstiest people. So when some people see acts like that, that tempts them. That makes them, I'm gonna say, church ladies, that makes them feel lonely. That may make someone feel like, well, shoot, I miss them days. Or that may make a brother say, well, shoot, I want somebody on me right now. Like, you just have to be careful what you're putting out there, you being who you are, because your audience is so huge and you have some struggling saints, I'm sure, that follow you. So I just feel like I personally would not have put that out there because I don't want nobody to fall into temptation or into sin. So you being who you are, I felt like posting it was inappropriate. Doing it, have at it. Please do more. And then his comments, he said on Larry Reid, well, just imagine what she really do to me. Don't do that to people. I ain't had none in years, probably. You know what I'm saying? It's been years. You don't put that in my head. So I have a problem with that part. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. It's
again, for me, it didn't do nothing for me. She was cute. It was fun. I ain't feel no type of way. But I always be feeling a certain type of way for the people. I care about the people.
Yeah. I get it. You know, I always look at things. I always try to, and you know, some people say, well, take a side, but I guess, you know, there's so many different areas around certain things that it's like, because for one, I get it. I do get it. And me being, you know, a minister myself and things like that, my sister will tell you, I've always been very cautious of what I put out there. I understand because of the respect and the level of, honor sometimes that people who follow you are have, you know, or they look at you in a certain light. You have to be mindful. And sometimes, you know, my sister would tell me, like, girl, you worry about what the church folks say to me. You worry about what, you know, and I get it. There's a certain level of balance. And I think for those who are in ministry, or those who are in certain lights or whatever, and, you know, of course, like, I'm nowhere near on that level of what he's on. It's always such a hard, difficult line to try to juggle between, because it's like, there is a part of you that's human. Again, this is not somebody that was his girlfriend. It's something that this is his wife. And at the party, my thing of it is, if they didn't post it, it was still going to go viral because everybody else is there with their phones. You, in the day of social media, in the day where, you know, everything can hit the internet in less than a second, it's hard to kind of really control certain areas and certain things that's shared. Now, I get it, he shared himself, and, you know, he said what he said in the comment and everything. But I feel like people see this type of stuff on a regular, like, if people are going to get turned on by that, people gonna get turned on by literally anything. So it's like, how can you juggle what's gonna move people? I mean, some people get turned on by seeing somebody's ankle, like literally, like, am I supposed to stop showing my ankle because somebody got an ankle fetish? I don't know. It's one of those things where it is a hard balance. And I was looking at it in the sense of, and I'm not saying that if it was me, I personally I know I wouldn't have posted it on my page personally, but I'm sure, like I said, it was probably going to still go viral because of all the people that were there. He wasn't going to be able to control, everybody had their phone, who was all going to share. People look for those type of moments to share so they can get clout on their own pages and stuff like that. But my thing is like, people scrutinize that, but then it's like, well, this is a man who was enjoying his wife, his own wife, not dealing with nobody else, going with no strippers and nothing like that. Because them same critics will also have a problem, and we will all have a problem if it was a pastor and he was caught out here with somebody that wasn't his wife, or you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this was his wife. We see pastors all the time and priests all the time that be out here doing some real scandalous stuff, and it don't be their wife, but they be married. The wife be at home, and they be out doing some scandalous stuff doing that with somebody else. So
were there really people who really feel like, oh, she shouldn't be twerking? Because I feel like that's nonsense. So are you telling me there's people that's like, oh, that shouldn't be happening at all? That's nonsense.
Yeah, she caught backlash for that. And I read a couple of comments, and somebody was like, well, how come we got to celebrate like the world celebrate? How come we got to do what they do? We can celebrate the way we celebrate, and so forth and so on. So she caught a lot of backlash for it. Yeah. But in my own humble opinion, in the words of Pontius Pilate, I find no fault in what this woman did. Okay? I find no fault whatsoever. Thank you, Ken. I mean, like, now I will agree. I wish people wouldn't have just posted it like that, but because like I said, you in your safe space, that's your business. But with what they were doing, I find no fault. I wish more church women would twerk on their husbands.
And they do.
And they do. I don't know why it's not a thing that church women don't do. I just think. Were you finished with your point, Mark?
Go right ahead, raw and unfiltered. Just raw and unfiltered. Just go ahead.
But no, I don't. When I first seen the uproar, hoorah, da 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 da, when I actually went and watched the video, I didn't find anything wrong with the dancing. To me, people were saying twerking. But when we're talking about twerking, let's be real, that was barely twerking. I would say that was shaking her butt. That wasn't necessarily twerking.
What is twerking? What is twerking, Jeremy?
Well, in twerking,
you know what twerking is.
He knows what twerking is, but the cheeks actually clap.
What?
They clap and twerk. They don't just roll.
Like
she was rolling. Like she was rolling her. She was rolling her booty. She was
that 107 stuff. Yeah, okay.
What you talking about?
That 107 Glenwood.
Yeah, right. It definitely.
Jerica, can you show us? Can you give us an example?
Come on, Jerica, please. What you
Not on this show. Not on this show.
This is called candid conversation, Stephanie. You stay out of this. Listen.
Don't mess up my point. Okay, so I didn't find anything wrong with what she was doing. And originally, I thought that other people posted, like you said, I thought other people posted it. And I said, well, I mean, other people posted it. They didn't really post it. So, but then I found out that they are the ones that posted it. Now, I will say this. No, there's nothing wrong with a husband and wife dancing, having a good time, and this and the other. But when you are at that status, you are a brand. And if secular people and secular business models have enough sense to tell their secular artists or their secular people not to associate with different brands, or not to see them or not to have themselves caught up like the whole basketball guy situation when he was brandishing a weapon, and people are like, why would you be doing something so stupid and you got all this money and this and the other? The same goes with Deitrick Haddon. And I think the church is just so watered down now. We just want to be so much like the world because, like I told them in conversation before, you would never see the late, great Gilbert E. Patterson or Mother Louise Patterson somewhere twerking. And I'm not saying that she did not do that, but it was not out in the open because of the simple fact that you are a brand, and no, your brand may not be well, he's a brand for himself. He is a brand, but he's also a brand of Christ. And I just think we don't have to put everything out to social media that should be done in the privacy of our home or either in the privacy of our group. And if secular people have enough sense to do that, why does the church want so bad to be like the world? Like, why? Just why? And you say other people can post it, but if they host events like the Met Gala and all that kind of stuff, and they confiscate phones from celebrities who have all kind of contacts, connects, and all that kind of stuff. If they contact and you don't know what's going on in the Met Gala, you can't, you know what I'm saying, collect phones so that you won't be able, so your brand is not injured. That's the same issue that people had with TD Jakes posting a picture with P. Diddy. And the Bible, it says you don't want the young people to stumble based upon what you're doing, whether it's a sin or not. You don't want them to look at it and stumble, those that may be weak in the faith. And something like that is not necessary.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Jump on in there. Jump in where you get in, where you fit in.
Yeah, this show, you just got to jump in, Marquel.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not holding them down. I would say this. I don't see nothing wrong with that man did with his wife on no kind of level. But I also get what Jericho's saying. He's a brand. So we got to kind of watch some stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to get young people to come to Christ, you got to do it kind of sort of their way. You got to talk to young people in the way they understand and not the upper room. So some of these people that's hating, are they still wearing ankle skirts and stuff?
So no, wait a minute, Marquel.
I'm not just asking.
Wait a minute, Marquel. You sound like, with you saying that, do you agree with old boy saying let's plant weed to bring the young people to the church?
Well, I ain't saying all that.
Okay,
I ain't saying
so you cannot, brother, say we gotta stoop down to their level and do it how they do it.
What did Jesus? I'm sorry to cut you off. What did Jesus do most of his work at?
I get it.
He was in the street.
Yeah.
So if you want to get,
he wasn't a part of the streets, and I think the church now they're trying to be a part of the streets and then just kind of dabble a little Jesus in there. But again, that's why we don't see the power that the church had either, because we are so watered down. We want to. The Bible doesn't say anything about we got to change our ways in order to draw the young people. The conviction draws them, love and kindness draws them, but at the same time, showing yourself twerking is only going to put yourself in a bad light, because the same thing that happened with TD Jakes, and like I told Stephen before it even hit the fan, before everybody was saying it, because people look at P. Diddy and in the world, they know who he is, and then they seeing TD Jakes with him, and now you had sinners in the comments saying, see, this is why I don't fool with the church people. All of them are snakes. All of them in the world. All of them shaking hands behind closed doors. So they're turning away from your potential reach that you will have for them because you're mingling with the world too much.
But then there's another side of that, because then people used to also say this, and they were saying, well, the church people, they so secluded and stuck to themselves, they don't go out and reach the people, because back in the day they did not intermingle and stuff. And I'm not saying you supposed to just go and do, but it was like we are associated with, we're just this clique over here and we can't connect with y'all at all. And people felt like, well, y'all want us to come to y'all church stuff, but y'all can't connect with us, or y'all can't reach us or whatever. Y'all can't, you feel like if y'all connect with us, whatever, that's gonna tarnish who you are or whatever the case may be. So you're gonna always have those who you please and those who you don't please, regardless of what you try to do. Regardless.
I'm sorry, Marquel, I cut you off.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Stuff happens sometimes. It's all right. Stuff happens sometimes. But is it ultimately about saving the people or how it looks? Because I don't know about y'all. Have you ever been in some high places? Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in some low places? Mm-hmm. How many times we ask God to meet us in either one?
That's good though.
And he'll show up. So a man twerking on his wife, I get what Jericho's saying, because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about business. Like he can't do, I don't say he can't do certain things. Let me not say that. It's ultimately about business and how it looks. But at the end of the day, like I said, he's out in his leisure time with his wife, having a good time. Like, I don't see what he did wrong. But if he had a girlfriend, if he was with a girlfriend or with one of the sisters of the church, we're looking at completely different.
Yeah, that's
see. And the one reason I didn't like it, I ended up seeing a lady who is not married. She was like twerking on her man at the beach. Come on, all the church girls who twerk and you're not married. I'm like, you're sending out all kinds of signals, honestly. You're sending out all kinds of messages by doing things like that, and you have an influence. So at the end of the day, you do have to be careful, and the world, trust me, don't want us fitting in with them like that. I promise they don't. I promise they do not want us fitting in. They want something different because they know they wrong, or they know that they want something different. They do not want us to be like them. They don't.
I want to bring up this point. I'm gonna let I know. Oh, you got something to say, Mark? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. No, I was gonna say. Ultimately, what we're dealing with is in the scripture when it talks about time and place. Let's just be honest. So now we all agree that what they were doing was not that bad because they're a married couple. They have the right to express their love to each other the way they see fit. The only bad part about it is that it got posted. Okay. And so, and to Jerica's point, like you said, you are a brand, you are recognizable. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, you kind of have to quell how you present certain things or whatever. But we all agree there's nothing wrong with what they did, but it's time and place. And the place should not have been the internet for the way that they were displaying their love and affection for each other in that moment. And so I think that's where we are as far as just time and place.
Yeah. P said, I didn't see anything wrong. They were fully clothed, married, and barely moving, not even a full twerk.
What you about to say, right.
No, nothing. I'm just agreeing with P.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. I think we all agreed that we don't see anything wrong with the act. It was just like Kevin said, a time and a place. It just wasn't we have to have a certain decorum. When you go to work, we change up, we code switch just to go to work. I don't talk in my southern ghetto dialect when I'm at work. I answer the phone. Hello, thank you for calling FedEx. This is Jerica. How may I help you? I don't sound like I'm talking to y'all. So if I have that cognitive sense as a lower level member of society who doesn't have people following me or looking up to me in that regard, then why would he think that he could get away? The Bible also says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. And we agree that between them being a couple, a married couple at that, there's not nothing bad. So we consider that good, but their good was evil spoken of because of how they presented it and put it out to the world that was not necessary. Just like I don't want my preacher online twerking up and grinding on his wife no more than I want my accountant to be online holding a gun and a stack of money. It's just
you can't.
It's the same thing because it's a perception.
What they did was not that bad. I mean, and I understand, especially and I'm a person. I'm very, y'all know, behind the, I'm very cognizant of what I put out there, whatever. I'm always like, I'm trying to make sure my shirts, I'm trying to make sure this, I'm trying to make sure that, whatever. But I don't think you cannot. They weren't grinding. Like if you look, and then my thing of it is, I say this too. Again,
she had a fishnet shirt with her bra.
Hold on.
If I seen Mother Louise Patterson like that, I would hightail it up out of that church immediately.
I need to go back and look at
let me just say this. We have been at places as friends and we were dancing something. Somebody could have took that image and took it out of context and like, oh, they over here. We were having a good time. You were having it, and we were still within legal parameters. We weren't twerking and grinding on nobody, grinding on men. We might have been dancing a little bit. I don't think what they did was that detrimental. Like, oh my God, like she went all on the floor. She went grinding all on his hip bone and all. They weren't even doing
Stephanie, how would you feel if that video made me horny?
What?
Huh?
What?
Is that an admission?
What?
Is that an admission?
I hear that right?
Right.
Look,
the video made
you adjust your headset.
Right.
Did you just say that video made you horny?
Did I hear that right? You sure you said that?
Okay, we
how do you feel if that video made me reminisce and made me Yeah,
there's stuff that we that I mean,
But
come on,
they can't help that though. They can't help
That's
that.
individual.
Exactly. That's what I'm gonna
but
say.
they can help it. But they can help it.
No, but okay. So if you would have saw them kissing, would that have done that for you too?
First of all, it ain't me.
Oh,
I
I
know
thought
you're
you
just
were
trying
talking
to
about
be the
you.
devil's advocate. I know.
Like I said, it's
okay.
a time
I
and
thought
place
you
for
were
everything.
talking
For
about
one, I
how
don't see anything wrong with the act. It was just a time to, like I say, I don't want to see my accountant online holding a stack of money and a gun. He could legally own that gun. He could legally own that money. But for the simple fact of him being my accountant, him being a profession, and him being a brand, and whatever the case may be, I would no longer do business with him.
That's a level 10. You talking about holding a gun? These people was just barely dancing.
Stephanie, let me ask you a question.
Holding a gun is just barely doing anything. Just holding it.
Great analogy. Great
Go
analogy.
ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Oh no.
Listen, raw and unfiltered. If you would have saw your accountant, let's say not necessarily holding a gun, but let's say you saw a video of him in the club making it rain, we'll say because that's about even. Mm-hmm. Would you agree? If you would have saw a video,
because it's the image of it. Just like
let him finish.
No, what I'm saying is Dietrich Haddon and his wife, she twerking on him. And what I want to say is comparison is your accountant in the club, and we'll even say a strip club. He in the strip club making it rain. I think that's about even. So you're saying if you saw a video of your accountant in the club making it rain on strippers, is that somebody you wouldn't want to do business with, even though he's a good?
Because first of all, I'll be wondering if that's
you
my money
that you're real right now.
No, because I'll be wondering if it's my money that you're throwing on the women, and then furthermore, because I will question your integrity. What are you doing in a strip club?
Yes. That accountant would go viral. That accountant would go viral if he was another accountant. People would be like, "That's not."
But
y'all saying that it was okay for the guy that plays basketball. Now he's a secular guy. He does not, as far as I know, does not confess Christianity. Was it okay for him to be brandishing a weapon in the car with his friends?
That's a gun. That's apples.
Ain't nobody like to threaten.
Right. That's ain't nobody like threaten. Ain't nobody in danger is what I'm saying. Like my friend said.
People's souls are in danger because you have people under the comments who are, we're saying it from Christian people who are mature in the faith, who's saying there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
You have to look at it for babes in Christ, and you also have to look at it from non-believers, because social media is not just a church based platform. It's people
but Jericho, you took a professional turn though, is what I'm saying. You said if I saw my accountant doing this, I wouldn't want to do business with him. You took it beyond the Christian realm, is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm asking.
This is beyond the Christian realm because it's posted on social media with all walks of life, all faiths, all
Jerica, the accountant thing is just an analogy, and I think it's a good analogy. There would be plenty of people who would say, I don't want to trust that accountant because that's not representing, or that's not showing good spending habits. You don't take your money.
Are you serious?
I got to chime in.
People would disagree with that accountant.
There are accountants right now, okay, I want people to understand that are listening. I'm not coming from the minister standpoint. I'm talking about just real deal, what we see in real life stuff happen. There's plenty of accountants that party and everything else, and I get what y'all saying about Dietrich had been a Christian. But what I'm saying is the video was gonna get out anyway, and they probably went ahead and put it out to show for themselves what it was, because anybody could take the narrative and run with it, because the video was gonna get out anyway, because people's already gonna post it. People's already posting.
So they couldn't confiscate phones at that party, like
really?
But why
they would do that all the time? But
if I'm looking at the video,
go ahead, Mark. What did you say?
As I'm looking at the video, they wasn't in church. They was not in church when the whole thing went on, and Dietrich Haddon is not responsible for everybody's soul.
Okay, so it could boil down to preference, because if Mother Susie wanted to have her timeline clean and she scrolled and saw that and that disturbed her, I just feel like you being who you are, you should always be aware of what you put out there. Period.
So let me ask y'all the same thing.
I agree.
And that is why I don't want to do
doing that.
Pastor prophet is nothing, because I want to do whatever I want to do in peace. Don't be mad at me for what I say and do. Because I'm
okay. Let me ask y'all this, Jerker. Let me ask you this. So say you at your wedding, right? And you got all these people at your wedding that you didn't invite, right? And you and your husband got married and y'all having a good time, and you know what I'm saying, dancing on your husband, you ain't getting all raunch and stuff, but this is your wedding, your reception, and you mean to tell me at your wedding and somebody decide, I'm gonna post this, whatever, Jerker twerking, shaking on her man or whatever, y'all Christian, y'all married, y'all done tied the knot, everything like that. You mean to tell me you gonna confiscate everybody's phone at your wedding or whatever? You having a good time with your husband.
Stephanie, no. Stephanie, no.
And furthermore, I'm not an influencer. I don't have the audience.
You got an audience still. It don't matter.
No,
but what
it does not, because even the Bible talks about the ranking. He gave some pastor, he gave some. Do you think that all they have the same responsibility? No, they have different responsibilities.
No.
They have different.
Jericho,
if we are real, there have been times where I've been out. There have been times where I know we've been out, or I've been out, or just enjoying my family and friends, and I have said, "Hey, don't post that. Hey, I don't want to be recorded saying that." So we are aware all the time about what we do and post, whether we real or not.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I gotta interject something right there, Jericho, because the Bible does actually hold all of us to the same standard as believers. So we can't say, it's different for preachers and pastors and blah 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 blah. We're all held to the same standard. But like she said, if you're doing something with your husband and it ain't just completely distasteful, you're within your rights to do that. Like I said, all of us ain't got the means to just be like, okay, you know what? I'm confiscating every phone. It's just you just have to expect people to.
It's really not that deep at the end of the day, and we can go to the next subject. It's not even that deep.
No, okay. So let me interject this point right here. Okay, so for example, a couple of years ago for my birthday, we were in Vegas. We were at a restaurant. Two of us, I'll just put two of us, got a little out of hand to where, in good fun. In good fun. It was a very fun moment. But people in the restaurant started recording. People, the ones of us that were calm and normal, you know what I mean? We politely and lovingly calmed those other two down and got out of there, because we know them as ministers and we didn't want them to somebody to post something about them that will put them in a bad light. Now we did that, so we have that mindset, and like I said, we're lower level members of society right now.
I'm lower level.
Right, for yourself. I don't know.
When I say I'm talking about far as influence. Like,
recognizable, the
influence. I'm not talking about financial or economical or social. I'm talking about influence. So let me change that. We don't have as much influence and reach as these people have. For instance, how would y'all feel if that was TD Jakes and Sarita Jakes twerking in that regard?
The same way.
If they heard for the 99 and the 2000, I wouldn't say nothing.
Listen.
If they heard for the 99 and 2000, I wouldn't say nothing.
Hey, Marquell, if it was G.E. Patterson and his wife, I still wouldn't say nothing.
I don't know nobody that don't know for the 99 and 2000. I really don't.
I'd be like,
it's turning up at this point. I'm telling you, you know what I mean?
There you're working with some. You're bad.
Right.
Yeah, we all agree.
Okay,
it wasn't nothing wrong with it.
But Jericho got a good point.
Okay, CB said when Beyonce released Church Girl, she was almost celebrated for Church Girl twerking lyrics, but when we actually see a wife twerking on her husband in public, is now proud. And
who celebrated her, CB? Who celebrated her for that?
Some people did, and that was raunchy. That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at the levels. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think we try to say, oh, it's all the same. No, it wasn't all the same. She wasn't ideally twerking. Again, this was his wife. Now, like I said, for me personally, would I have posted, like if it was me, would I posted something like that on my own page? I wouldn't. But at the same time, we talking about a man that was with his wife when we got tons of preachers that be getting caught up.
So would you post it? You said you wouldn't post it on your page. So even with your husband, if you had a husband and you were doing that, would you post it on your page?
Me personally, because I'm more conservative about certain things, so I'm
not conservative like that, and I wouldn't post it.
I probably wouldn't it. But you cannot. But the thing of it is, they can't help. Other people's gonna post it anyway. And at the end of the day, if some people, at my wedding, Minister Stephanie and everything else, at my wedding, I'm gonna dance on my husband. I'm gonna celebrate. You know how long I done waited for my boo. I'm gonna dance. And if people posting, now I ain't saying I'm gonna get all. If the mother's there, I'm twerking all on the ground. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say that for the hotel. But
Sis,
what I'm
you can't. You don't even know how.
99 in the 2000.
Listen, from my point of view, neither one of them was holding the phone, right? They was busy dancing on each other. So like you said, Stephanie, it was going to get out anyway because neither one of them was holding the phone. They was enjoying themselves. So, like I said, I don't hold them at fault. Whoever took that and posted it.
They posted it. See, that's my problem. If somebody else would have posted it, like I said from the beginning, I wouldn't necessarily, because I'm like, okay, well, somebody else did that. But they posted it. That's a different thing when it's like you're showing it off like, yeah, this is what we did. Like you're bragging, being braggadocious about the fact that you were talking like, so what?
That wasn't a full twerk. I wouldn't even call that twerking.
Maybe they were trying to show people that Christians can have fun too. I'm just saying.
You know DJ Hatton is like that. People know he's a wild boy, so.
Yeah. Well, she was fake.
Let me ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all something. Maybe y'all can give me some insight. Now, one of the articles of backlash that I heard was that supposedly his wife is the one that broke up his first marriage.
See, that's what I think a lot of folks mad about, but I don't think that's okay. And nobody.
I don't know. I'm just very short timeline when he was with his wife, they broke up, and then he got with his new wife, and they lived together for some time before they even actually got married. So that's pretty much what people are kind of rocky on their relationship from the beginning anyway. But like I said, I still stand on the fact I have no problem with their act. It's just a problem of them posting it on social media. I don't post everything on social media as a person myself. I go to the beach and wear a bathing suit. I don't necessarily post. If I'm wearing a two-piece, I'm not going to post that online unless it's very covering, like a skimpy two-piece. I wouldn't even post that. So it's like, do we hold ourselves to a higher standard than a gospel artist, pastor is supposed to? Like, no, I don't think so. I think it was attention seeking. Deitrick Haddon has always been attention seeking. And that's just his personality. And he did it in a way where you may turn some people off from Christ. Like Angela said, and this is from people who I've spoken to who was in the world. They don't want to come to church and feel like they're able to do the same things they were doing in the world, because they say, well, what's the point? I was doing this in the world. Like, what is the difference? And that's why the church does not have any power, because we're too worried about trying to influence the world. When the disciples went around in the Bible, they drew people by the drove. They drew people in whole cities to Christ by the miracles and stuff they performed and the revelation of God's knowledge. They didn't draw cities to Christ by Paul and Peter. They twerking on each other or whatever case may be. They didn't do that. They did it by miracles, signs, and wonders. And the church needs to get back to that instead of trying to be online showing off everything but what you need to be showing off. The miracles. You don't show off you twerking. Show me a demon that you done cast out. Show me. He
preaches good, and I've seen him.
He preaches good. Anybody, I can preach good. I know a little word to preach good. But what demons have you cast out? Whose body has God used you to heal? Because if you talking about you want. This is what you need to be showing. This is what you need to be showing, not you twerk with your wife. Show the deliverance that you show the people that you bless. Show them the power. He has.
I can turn water into wine.
Right. Really
He has, but again, I understand, like I said, from a twofold perspective, I understand there's a certain level of decency and dignity that people look for, and it should be expected. But I also also think that there is a reasonable balance. I think there's a reasonable balance. And I heard Pastor Keon Henderson say this, and it's so true. He was saying,
what he talking about anyway.
You don't do that. Everything is a leg. You can't be that
worldly woman.
Don't do that, Jerry. Don't do that because we can't be that way. You can't be that way because we judge. That's okay. We're judging people from a standpoint of what we think that we know about people, and you don't always know.
Right, she is really a mother in the church at this point.
That's the same way people can do us, and that's what I'm saying. We have. That's another thing that turns people off too. We can't. We only. The Bible talks about this. Testify the things that you know and what you've seen. We can only go.
And I've seen her.
Hold on.
Worldwide on TV. Fighting.
You have fought too.
You can't see this was the problem with the church. You trying to put it as a fine line. The Bible say I'd rather you either be hot or cold. I don't want you to be lukewarm. See, this is what the church is. We trying to
I'm not saying it.
Lukewarm line, and so we going along with these.
Jerica, you bringing up stuff from that lady past. Jerica, you bringing up old stuff, old videos of that lady. What if somebody brought up some old stuff the same time she was on TV fighting? Let me pull up some clips of what you were doing during that time. You can't do that.
You are
old things have passed away.
Old
things have passed away.
He just said actually. He said, actually, a lot of people leave the church because of the overjudgment and finger pointing. I respect him, his wife, more because they don't try to prove they are perfect. See what I'm saying? You're going to always have, and I agree, you're going to always have
life outside the church.
Some people that judge the church is because they, first of all, some people that judge the church, they didn't want the church no way. Some people use that as a scapegoat because they find people, when people don't want to agree with something, they're going to find anything to judge because people go to their jobs, folks doing wrong, they steal the money, these corporate companies, they don't stop going to these concerts, spending their money on thousands when they got these secular artists or whatever who they know is in divination doing all type of stuff. They don't stop. People use whatever to make an excuse. So you can't put, first of all, we're only conduits. We can't save nobody. And at the end of the day, we can only show people the light the best way we can. Paul and all of them, we talk about what the disciples, what these folks did, but we forget these folks were flawed. And I'm not saying that that's giving excuses for people wrong, but at the end of the day, we talk about David slept with another man's woman and God still called him a man after God's own heart, because at the end of the day, God judge your heart. I'm not giving a pass for sin. I'm not giving a pass for, you're supposed to be out here doing whatever you want, however you want. I am not saying that God is my holy and heavenly witness, because I don't live my life like that. But at the end of the day, if we can always put our finger on what the preacher need to be doing is preaching, but going even beyond the twerking, if you are a hell raiser, if you are a gossiper, if you are, all of these things are encompassing. So we can't just minimize or look on few little things like, they wrong. I don't look at preachers and say, now if you just doing I'm talking about some diabolical, you out here messing with children, things like that. Hey, some stuff like, now listen, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to say I would never listen to Dietrich Haddon. And that's what I think a lot of people get wrong at. People, sometimes they'll look at people, they'll see some of the humanists, and then and some of these same people that just won't be doing that and worse, but they will, bash down the head of somebody because they found a little flaw or something like that. And then they'll act like they can't receive from them no more. They'll sit in the service just looking and stuff like that. I'm not going to say I would never listen to Dietrich Haddon. I'll still listen to his preaching because I've heard his preaching and I respect his preaching, his anointing. I don't do that the same way some people judge Noah Jones. They find out he had a girlfriend and people are like, oh, what? And they wouldn't listen to him no more. Because at the end of the day, I know man is flawed. I don't look for man anyway to save me. I look to God. I look to God.
You can say that all day long, but God made us. He want us to be willing vessels. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody.
Are you perfect in every way? Are you perfect?
I'm not perfect in every way, but just like the Bible say, the Bible tells us too, if you got deeds that you are dealing with, to put them in the dark so people won't see it. So you won't cause other people to stumble. Exactly. So you can't use the word on one end and don't use it on the other. If he got so bad to twerk that he's so hard and his wife so horny right then that they got to twerk on each other on social media. Why you can't do that in the comfort of your own home? And if you're gonna do that at a party, why post it on social media? That's all I'm saying. if you, so y'all thinking God don't care about that, but if you saying, if a Fortune 500 company can tell their employees, I used to work for MARTA, and even with MARTA, you couldn't even go in a liquor store and buy liquor with your uniform on, with their name on you, without you getting fired. So you think God has a lower standard than a Fortune 500 company? No. So we can't walk the fine line, but just because we like these people and we want to walk the fine line and say it's okay, it's not okay.
No, I'm not saying
I wouldn't want my gynecologist if Barack Obama lifted Michelle's leg up over his shoulder and started tonguing her down in a press conference. What would everybody say? What would everybody say? He wouldn't even have president if he had 2 or 3 baby mamas and all that kind of stuff. You know what would everybody say? It wouldn't be a time and a place, and it wouldn't be tactful for their position. The same way
But we are talking about Dietrich Haddon, like one of the
non-traditional world.
Does not care.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
but Stephanie, I'm sorry, but
no, you go ahead.
Somebody wrote a comment and said that he gave some. Yeah, well, she is raw and unfiltered.
You talking about this one, Mark?
Yeah, that's what it said.
I listened to the interview that he did. He openly said that it was his birthday. He didn't care. He said that in his first marriage, he was basically calm and private, but now he doesn't care. He's going to have fun and be free. What I'm saying, again, going back to what I said, I'm not saying, because I said if it was me, I wouldn't post it. I wouldn't have posted on my page. If other people posted me, I can't help what other people post. What I'm saying, this is my point. I'm not saying, no, listen, I'm not saying that we're not supposed to have a standard. What I am saying is, I'm not going to mark him as done because of that one little incident. I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
People are not traditional. People are not traditional.
The same grace that sometimes we need people to have with us. All I'm saying is I'm gonna give people grace. Because I used to be very dogmatic. I was very dogmatic. But sometimes, like teacher, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying he was right for posting it, whatever. I am saying I don't think we have to, if preachers have to give grace to members and stuff who backstab them, do all type of stuff, we have to also learn how to give grace to people. I'm not going to
giving him grace. Y'all taking it too far. It's not that we don't have grace. We're just saying it shouldn't have been posted because of what it is.
Literally all I'm saying.
It's not about grace. It's not about not giving him grace. It's not even about not listening to him anymore. I'll still listen to him. It's not that deep. He just
some people will take that. Some people will take that stance.
And they entitled to that because I never listened to him, and I even more won't listen to him now. But I mean, not for the fact that he's twerking on his wife, because like I said, that's them, they're married. But the fact that you don't care enough about who you are being an ambassador for to post this, and like Ebony said, you saying you don't care, you free, you don't care. Like, how can you say that as a person that has supposedly dedicated your life? This is supposed to be your profession, dedicated your life to bringing souls to Christ.
Well, no, he was speaking his truth about his relationship. I think he cares about people's souls. I mean, if
he's not thinking about their souls,
right? But in that moment, according
he's not responsible for their souls.
He was like my last marriage was I was shut in. So in this particular marriage, I'm gonna be fun and I'm gonna be free. He's found his liberty or whatever. But I think it comes down to first accountability, and then it comes down to conviction, because each one of us have a particular conviction when it comes to something like that. And that's what I'm hearing. Jericho, you have a particular conviction when it comes to that. Stephanie, you got a particular conviction, and so forth and so on. So I think, so can we honestly say if it's right or wrong? Because we do agree there was nothing wrong with what they did, but we agree within the context of revealing that to the public, is what I'm saying. So I think it comes down to conviction, and it comes down to accountability. You know what I'm saying? What works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. So I get it. You know, I get it from both sides. I get it from Jericho's side, from Stephanie's side. I get it from Stephanie's side. So I get it. It's just about what works for you. And I guess for him, if Dietrich had it in that moment, because he didn't get that in his last relationship, or because that wasn't given to him, now he's like, listen, I'm getting what I need now. So I'm good. I'm free. That's his truth.
And at different points in people's lives, everybody's level of conviction be different. All I'm saying is, like, again, I'm saying I wouldn't necessarily post it, but what I'm saying, I'm not gonna kick him to the curb, and I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna listen to him. I get it. I understand, being in ministry and trying to juggle between the thin line. You want to be happy, you want to be liberated, but at the same time, you still got, what I'm saying, sometimes people put you on a pedestal that you didn't ask to be on. Sometimes just because they want to sing and give their music don't necessarily mean they wanted to be subjected to being put on a pedestal. Sometimes you ain't trying to put sometimes you're not trying to put yourself on a pedestal.
People know what comes with that life. If you are constantly trying to push yourself and push your music and get to that level, you know what comes with that life. That's as people always say, well, I didn't sign up to be no I didn't sign up to be nobody. I didn't sign up to be nobody's, but role you really did. No role model. You really did. You know what comes with that role, because now that you are elevating, more people are looking at you. And that's the whole point, because if more eyes weren't looking at you, that's less product that you're selling. That's more less service that you're getting out. So you want the eyes on you, but at the same time, when the eyes are on you and it's judging you for some that you are doing, then now it's a problem. Now don't put me on a pedestal. Now I didn't ask to be a role model. Now I don't want all eyes on me. But when you want the money from all the eyes that's on you, then there's no problem. But when it's time to judge some foolishness that you're doing, now we want to walk a fine line. Now, what I'm saying, don't put me up here. But if we didn't put you up here, you wouldn't have the career that you have now. So which is it? So should we take you down from your career, or should we take back the money? And
they don't take back from Beyonce and Jay-Z and all these other people that they feel
we're not talking about the world. The world is gonna be the world. We're talking about people that's supposed to name the name of Christ. We're held to a different standard. So are you saying that we have the same standard as the world? No.
I'm not saying that.
You pretty much saying that when you're saying that. No, I am. You are when you're saying that. You are. We're not held at the same standard as the world, and we cannot keep walking a fine line. And see, why I'm passionate about this is because this is what's keeping the church in this dull state of we sleep. The church is really asleep, and there's no power being. So we're not really changing anybody. Nobody's really being changed. It's just we're trying to get more and more like the world.
But did you talk about the church of the old? And yes, you had people that was dedicated and stuff at the old, but do you not know that a lot of people were leaving church and stuff then because they were it's a fine line on either side, because some people walk out. We got family members that left because they were condemned because they came to church. They didn't know they came to church with pants on, and the church didn't like that. They never went back.
People talk about something they leave church when they get in trouble. Who they calling to pray for? Hold on. People don't, like you said, people gonna leave because they want to leave regardless. But when you at your lowest, where they coming to?
Let me explain.
They get locked up, or they child get locked up.
Let me go back to this. Back in the day, you can't keep interrupting. Back in the day, that you also had people that were behind the scenes and molesting folks in the church and all this type of stuff. It's just that things were not as exposed and open. That's why I keep people trying to act like everything that's happening now ain't been happening. You've been had molested, you've been had all this stuff, but it was covered up. Again, I'm not giving a.
It wasn't on this grand level. It was not.
Yes, it was. No,
it was not on this grand level.
Hold on, Jerry. You have to let other people talk.
Are we turning the page here?
It really was. It's been prevalent. It just hadn't been. Will Smith said something a long time ago about racism. He said racism isn't new. It's just being filmed now.
Right.
He said that. He said it's not new. All this thing we said is not new. It's just being filmed. All this stuff that we hear about, and I'm just gonna put it out there: the Catholic Church molesting these boys, and then you hear about all this other stuff going on. It ain't really new. It ain't really new. It's just being exposed now.
Exactly.
You got people coming that's talking. I mean, it's 30 years later, but they talking about it, and they saying it's
not new.
Talk to be hush hush. Most people talk to be hush hush.
Right. What you got to say, Marquel? Because with us,
No, listen. I'm taking mental notes right now. I'm just listening, taking notes right now, because all y'all got valid points. Yeah. All y'all got some real valid points.
And I was laughing at Angela. She talking about are we turning a page?
Yeah, we are about to turn the page. We might
working it out, Angela. They're working it out. They got stuff.
We might have to go back to 8 o'clock because 9 o'clock don't give us enough time. We know the people got to go to bed. Carl said, I just never want to see my leaders in the church in that light. I miss the days of mystery and not seeing the sensual side of our leaders. dance on your spouse in private.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
I hear people say that about celebrities, not even church. Like, I wish celebrities could be private again, where we didn't know all their business. So that is a thing. We don't have to see everything you got going on, especially certain things.
So let me ask this, Carl. So let me ask this, and I'm just throwing this out there. So, Carl, do you never dance in public with your spouse? Like, are you saying it's never okay to have a fun moment and dance if you at a restaurant or even at your wedding? I was at your wedding. I know I'd leave early, but like, are you saying you can't dance with your wife or have a great time, and then if somebody decides to take that and put it on social media, like that makes you tarnished, and people aren't supposed to listen to you preach, even though you're a powerful preacher or whatever, man of God? But if somebody see you in public and you're dancing with your wife or having a good time in that moment, that tarnishes you from being a minister or a man of God? Like, you might have been at a restaurant. So are you saying it's never okay to be out? Maybe you at a restaurant, they got a little salsa music or something going on, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, dance a little bit with first lady. So are you saying it ain't gonna never be okay to dance? That's the only thing with me.
I don't think salsa music have you twerking like that.
Girl, you have to see
right. So now
I was just making that interjection. But at the end of the day, like you said, I don't want my doctor on social media doing things. I don't want my accountant on social media. Anybody that has a professional level or a certain thing is just not tactful, not professional to be doing it at a certain place. It's just not. And we can try to make it okay all we want to.
Well, let me put this pin in, and then we're gonna move on to our second, because we know we're pushing up on our time. We're gonna try to get it all in the next 20 minutes. With that being said, the women, the doctors of Atlanta, whatever that show was called, or whatever, them women was on there doing all kind of stuff, and guess what? They still getting a check, and they still got patience. So you know what I'm saying? You can always have it from on different sides.
That's right. I wouldn't be their patient, but
that don't mean that they're not good.
Hold on, Jerica. So you mean to tell me if you had a Bible doctor, like she was good, but you just happened to look on social media and she was just dancing, having a good time, had a drink, you mean you would not patron her business no more because of that?
It depends. It depends on it. Now, if I see if she is sloppy drunk, falling all over the place, dancing and all that kind of stuff, then absolutely not. Because no. If it's, and then we're talking about a pastor and a doctor. So it's different things. Like, that's why I gave a situation of an accountant, because it's different things for different professions that you don't want to be seen. Where he is as a Christian leader, Christian pastor, doing something sensual like that shouldn't be seen in the public. Just like if you're an accountant, you flashing money, holding money up, or standing next to somebody with gold teeth in their mouth, it's not right. Like, it's not.
But it's their money. They're not using your money. It's their money.
But it's the look of it. It's the representation of it. It's the professionalism of it. It's the business acumen of it. Like, why would I do that?
Carl Butler said it's okay to have fun, but I wouldn't dance in a way that would sexualize me or my spouse. I don't want people imagining what it would be like to be with my wife, because that's where the mind goes.
And that's what my problem was. Dietrich Haddon said, imagine what she do to me at home.
I get that. Like I said, I get that there was things that was taken too far. I get it. But again, the flip side of that is people can look at your wife and get sexualized, and you ain't got to do nothing. I'm saying there are levels. People can go regardless of what you do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to give Dietrich Haddon saying he should have posted it, because again, I'm saying I wouldn't personally post nothing. Like, I'm not giving, but what I'm saying is, I still won't knock somebody and be like, oh, you done forever. I can never listen to what you got to say because of one little situation. Because if we be real, all of us have had certain levels where people can look at us and say, oh, now I wasn't feeling what you did. I don't feel how you said that. I don't feel what your attitude was. I'm never going to listen to you again. Are they validated? You don't even know the totality of who I am, the type of heart I am, the quality of my character, but you're going to knock me, your word mark, slight me for something, a human error or just a mistake. I know what I'm saying. It's levels to it. And I think, again, what they did should have been posted, maybe not from them, but I mean, it wasn't the worst of the worst when you got a whole lot of other stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we're not supposed to walk a straight line. We're not supposed to do so as Christian believers and people that are in the faith and leaders. There are certain character things and certain things we're supposed to do. But again, like I'm
okay. So giving your example that you just said, and I'm gonna make this point, I'm gonna be done with it. Like you just said, okay. I was working, like I said, I gave the example working for MARTA. And if I were to go in the liquor store with that uniform on and they fired me and I made one slight mistake. And they came out and they said, "You're fired. We're done with you. It is what it is." They ain't trying to say, "Well, we'll just have you back," because we ain't gonna slight, because they already know what they say it and what it comes with. They don't want their name to be associated like that. They don't want
about their name. They just want to make sure you ain't drinking and driving a bus. That's the reason why
no, because
if they catch you at the liquor store when you ain't got your uniform on, them people not gonna stop. They're not gonna fire you for that. It's about you being on the job
and I'm representing their name. You gonna tell me what my job told her? It didn't matter if you were going in a liquor store, if you were going in a cigar bar, if you was going in a club, if you had that
uniform on.
If you had that uniform on, you was representing them. This is what they said, and you are fired. And because of that, if I would have did that, even if it was whatever I did, I would have to deal with the repercussions of loss of income, loss of revenue to take care of my children. I'll have to deal with those repercussions. So, like I said, you talking about people are washing their hands of Dietrich Haddon just because he slighted him, but from one thing. People have the preference to do that, just like a job, a Fortune 500 company, or whatever. They will cut you off, and they won't care about your feelings. They don't care about what it looked like. They just know that they told you what not to do because you was representing them. Simple and plain.
That's true.
Well, that's because it's liability, though. That's what that is. Right. I mean, but at least he didn't.
So, right, God don't. What do you think they did?
At least he didn't pull a Pastor Wilson. Thank God for that.
Folks, okay.
At least Dietrich Haddon didn't pull a Pastor Wilson. Lord have mercy. Y'all know what Pastor Wilson is.
I want to say Vanessa said that she is flabbergasted that people don't understand that people can have thoughts about your wife by just looking at her. I would like to respond to that, Vanessa. I'm flabbergasted that people would still feed into that. If you know that somebody can have feelings about your wife by just looking at her, I am flabbergasted that you will allow her to shake her butt on you and tell us how good she is at home.
But he don't know that.
You can't control nobody. You can't control nobody else think.
Exactly.
You can't control nobody else.
But you can feed it though. I'm flabbergasted that you don't realize that you can feed their thinking.
Angela, that's far-fetched. No,
it's not.
You can't. If you're unconscious about somebody's thoughts, you don't know if you're feeding somebody or not. All you know is my wife look good.
Pause. You real stupid to not know that your big platform got thirsty people out there. You real dumb if you don't know that there are.
I'm sure he's got DMs. His wife has gotten DMs from people trying to hook up with them or whatever the case may be.
Listen, let me tell you something. I was at church one time, and and I was just lotioning my feet, not thinking nobody was looking at my feet. And my feet was crusty at the time. And I'm on the platform, and a person inboxed me and said, "Your toe look good." How can I determine what turn it? Because I'm trying to get my feet. I got to go up there and minister and sing, and my toes crusty. How am I going to determine, or how I know I'm feeding into somebody who got a toe fetish because I'm trying to lotion my feet?
Lotion your feet.
It was me.
But like we tell the boys in baseball,
they fetish, Stephanie.
It was me.
I tell the boys in baseball when they got up there and the pitcher done threw the pitcher done throw 3 balls. What we tell them, don't help them out. Be smart right here. Don't help them out. Don't help them out. So why in the world did you know that?
You knew what you were doing.
No, I didn't. I didn't even know that person was.
You know. I got an ankle and a heel fetish. And you gonna sit up here and put your...
I didn't even know the person was looking at me. My toe was crusty. I didn't even know the guy was looking at me. I'm trying to dunk and try to put some low. I said, man, my ankles and toes ashy. I done took my shoe off trying to lotion to get ready to minister before the people. I done asked the Holy Spirit to have his way. And this man that inboxed me to my some your toes show look good. How could I know that I was feeding into that?
You should have got some blessed oil and put that on your feet. You can't put lotion on. You gotta get some blessed oil.
You don't help people out, especially when you walking in the way. You don't help people out. And as a first lady, you would have. And we're not even talking. We talking about the twerking. We're not even talking about the provocative clothing, the fishnet shirt and the bra.
We didn't even go there, but she was cute.
So that's even more putting the sexual layer on it. That's putting the cherry on the whipped cream.
I did not, CB, for your information, I did not respond. Thank you. I did not.
You didn't say that?
No.
You could have said thank you. I mean, sorry.
Listen, this is,
if I know somebody got a crack addiction, I don't give them $2.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you comparing crack to this?
Because it's people that follows him who have sex addictions. It's people that follow him because he has such a large platform. It's people that have sex addictions. It's people that have problems with lust. That's trying to be delivered from lust. It's people that have all kind of issues.
Well, guess what?
How does he know that? How is he supposed to know that?
Are you making him responsible for too much?
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Do and one of y'all know if somebody following y'all that's got a sex addiction?
Right.
And one of y'all know that?
I'm stupid if I don't think so. You ain't showing me.
Hold on. Let Marquel, what you about to say?
How can you make him responsible for everything, though?
Did nobody say you was responsible?
No, I'm saying how can you make him responsible for how other people see his wife?
Thank you.
They see her with clothes on, and they see her with when she out and freely.
Okay,
you can't really control how nobody sees.
Y'all can keep feeding people's habits all y'all want because y'all don't know.
Angela,
that's fine.
And you can't live your life like that. You can't live your life this worried about, okay, Lord, I hope I ain't tearing nobody on today.
And I've been that way. Now, Angela and Jericho, let me tell y'all are nice shaped figured women. And y'all talking about if this man he got a then that means y'all hold on. That mean and y'all got people following y'all. That means when you put your cute outfit on and y'all hips and stuff protruding, y'all need to not be on Facebook. Don't put no more pictures on there because I guarantee you, you didn't turn somebody on by your figure or by your dress, and you weren't trying to.
That's not what I'm saying. My thing is, like we say in baseball, don't help them out. If I know
you help them out when you get on Facebook and you got your fitted outfit on.
I'm fully clothed. My breasts are not out. I don't have on no fishnet shirt. My shirt, and I'm wearing.
I'm gonna go on your Facebook page.
Stand up, let's see what you got on. Stand up, so we can see what you got on.
No shorts or up my
behind. Stand up, Angela and Jericho, so we can see what y'all got on. Stand up. Stand up right now.
I got on a holy.
Lord, look at that. It's all tight. I'm turned on. I got to go. I'm tight.
This dress is down past my knees.
Jericho, somebody gonna inbox you. Somebody gonna inbox you, Jericho. Jericho, somebody's gonna inbox you.
You know what? Stand up, Angela. Stand up right now. Let me see what you got on. Stand up.
No, because it's poking. Thank you.
You got too much cleavage.
Somebody gonna inbox you, Angela. Just because you said it was
got too much.
Somebody gonna inbox you.
You and Jericho both got too much cleavage show right now. Stephanie, hang this collar right now. I'm turned on. Turn it off.
Right.
Turn it off. Hang it up.
Like I said, you don't help them out, especially as the man in the closet.
Well, baby, like you might well take your Facebook page down because I'm telling you can put one picture up and somebody is going to outdrag it.
You gonna get streamed. You don't help them out. Do you get on your page? You the main one. You don't even want to wear shoulders out.
And
so
you right.
You don't think she held to a higher standard, having more influence, and she's the first lady of a church? Let's be real. Okay, now it's time to be raw and unfiltered. Because see, y'all talking all this junk, and you talking junk that you won't even do. You don't even have as much influence as they have. And you won't even do it because of the people following you, the quote unquote people.
Right, you right. But what I'm saying
now following you. So why do you think that she ain't held to a head of standard?
I'm not saying that.
Down by something you won't even do.
What I'm saying, I'm not. You keep. I've said it over and over. We're gonna switch. What I am saying is, I am not going to write them off because of that. I'm not writing them off because of that.
Who said who?
You just said earlier you're not gonna listen to him.
I said I never listen to him anyway. So then I'm not even further listening to him now. So if a person decides not to listen to him, they had that right. Just like if a job decides to cut me off.
Oh God, going in circles, round and round.
Ooh, Lord, get on top of that note, Angela. Get on top of it, baby.
Baby, we going in circles now.
Get on top of it.
Jerica about to go back to the Fortune 500 company.
Listen, y'all. I think Pastor Carl Butler spoke that what he call it. He said we be what did he say? Hood rat. He said his ratchetness.
Dose of ratchetness.
Ratchetness on us.
It just came out.
I love it.
And this about me ratchet. I'm classy and divine.
I'm classy.
You're raw and unfiltered.
I am classy and ratchet. I'm all of it.
You what?
Clatchet.
Well, Minister, did you have in case you ever come across this, this is all alleged. We still love you, man and woman of God. I still think that you're a man and woman of God. I will listen to your preaching regardless. We all I'm not giving
get an opportunity.
Huh? You stop trying to get off. That is not that is not true.
If you're watching,
what I'm saying,
your private matters in your home with your wife. We don't want to see it. Thank you and good night.
Dietrich, if you watching, I ain't mad at you, big dog.
Silly dog. Do you, dog? Do you with
your
wife?
To the first lady, you was cute. Your outfit was cute. And you probably should have twerked. You probably should have really twerked. If you watching, ma'am, go a little harder.
First lady, if you watching this, if you got any sisters, holla at your boy.
We all fanning now. Listen, I don't know we even have time to even go on our other subject.
No, we don't.
We got a little bit of time.
Let's touch on it. Let's touch on it.
Yeah.
Y'all want to keep going. The people they're gonna cut us out. They gotta go to bed. They gotta go to work in the morning. And so do I.
These folks ain't got no job. Come on.
Don't do our view on audience. Listen, we all over here fanning. Y'all want to touch on it? What say ye? What say ye?
Well, we
don't put that digital hat situation to bed. It was tactless, and we on to the next.
You right, Sasha. It done went left real quick, Sasha. Lord have mercy.
Y'all,
are we touching on it for a tad bit for another maybe 10, 15 minutes? What y'all want to do?
Let's touch on it. Let's go ahead, Sid. Let's touch on it real quick. And we can pick up where we left off.
Remote, so let's go.
I'm here for it. I work from remote usually, but I gotta go in tomorrow. All right, we're gonna hit this next subject real quick, and we gonna call it a night. So on the flip side, Dietrich was dancing with his wife. He was enjoying his wife. This other guy went viral because he was a friend of a guy who had recently got married, and this guy was in the club, not with his wife, and trying to get up on other women. Okay, this is the flip side of what this looks like when you're in a marriage, but you still want to do all the other things that you shouldn't be doing. And this guy was telling his friend, yo, like, listen, I paid a lot to be in your wedding, and y'all just got married. You didn't introduce this girl. You got me calling her sister. I didn't adopt her into my life, and this and all of this. And now you in the club or whatever, trying to get up on other women. And he was trying to hold him accountable. Some people said he was being a simp. He was being lame. He should let that man be a man, do what he do. Okay. And like I said, now Dietrich was with his wife. He was enjoying his wife, holy matrimony, all of that. However you like it, whether he was wrong, right for posting it. However, it was his wife. This man is married and then left the wife at the house while he trying to go out and get a third party. Now, how do y'all feel about that? Was a friend wrong for trying to hold his friend accountable in his marriage, being a good friend?
First of all, he wasn't trying to hold nobody accountable. He's a hater, okay? He is not the marriage police. He ain't the marriage police. I'm a grown man. I don't need you babysitting me. And listen, most men would tell you, most married men probably tell you, if they go somewhere, if they in a club or a lounge or whatever, they with their homies and they see a girl and they try to talk to her, it's not that he want to get with her. A lot of times married people would do things to see if they still got it. Married men do that. Married
but
men
is that right?
Well, I mean, it ain't like you're not trying to go home with her. You ain't trying to get her. You're just trying to see, do I still got it? like I know a lot of married men who have played that game. I don't want nothing to do with it. I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. But sometimes your boys will be like, I bet you can't. I bet you still ain't got it. And you be like, I bet I still do. And I've seen married men play that game before.
But that could be a touchy game because it might just be a night where you and your wife didn't got into it and you out with your homeboys and they trying to I bet you ain't got it, and you already mad and fuming at your wife, and you get out here whatever with your homeboys or whatever getting hyped up, and this girl, she feeling you, so she putting it on extra, and before you know it, it's a wrong situation. So
but we need more homeboys like that. We need more women like that. You know what I'm saying? To do the right thing. Like, hey, especially if he got a good woman. He got a good woman. Even if he don't got a good woman. Hey, dog, it's easy to leave and cheat or do all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Having integrity ain't about what you do in public. It's about what you do privately, too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, his homeboy holding him account. That's a good thing. I get what you're saying, too, player. Like, hey, people want to see they still got it. But they ain't always the case. Like, you don't need it no more. You not
Thank you. I was like, what you need to have it for? Thank you.
You don't need no more if you still married.
Right, but some people, like I've seen married men and married women too play that game. I just want to see if I still got it. Let me just see, whether, and they have no intention, whether they mad or not, at their spouse. They have no intention of stepping outside the vows of their marriage. Sometimes, but if you come from a particular background or whatever, you was a ladies' man back in the day, sometimes you just want to see if you still got it.
We know what type of time you'll be on when you get married.
Mark. Oh no! Listen, I've been there, done that. I'm good. Once I get married, I'm good because y'all a headache. The older y'all get, y'all a headache. I don't need to know if I still got it. Once I'm married, I throw it away. I ain't got it no more.
And that's my point. My point was, you get married, if you didn't got what you want, why you still gotta want to know? Why you want to know if you still got it or not?
That's just
nature of the beast.
Right. Thank you. It's just the nature of the beast.
Nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Everybody still want to be cute to somebody else outside the house. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
And let's be honest, ladies. Don't nobody want nobody.
Well, men do that. They don't realize that's true. But when you've been in a relationship for a significant amount of time, you don't forget how ugly you are, and you get out here thinking you still got it. And you really don't.
Oh Lord, good night.
So
good night, y'all.
Good night. That.
You don't forget how ugly you are.
You got it online.
And now that I think about it, if you still got it, so to speak, people will hit on you all the time, or may stare, may smile. But for you to be trying to go up to women to see if you still got it, you're trying to buy drinks and hold conversations. That's a whole nother level of disrespect. Mm-hmm. He was totally wrong, and his friend was right.
His friend was right. Shit, you got to be able to take it too. You got to be able to take it when the shoe flip, when it's her, when the dude treat her the same way. If you dish it, you got to be able to take it.
Absolutely, you right about that, big homie.
We understand, Carl. We know. We catch on the later.
She said, "You forget how ugly you are. You done snapped me back to reality, Jerry. You have.
No, that's just a fact. Like men." Yeah, well, that'll go into a whole conversation. But all I have to say is he was right, and I think we need more black men holding black men accountable, and we will have less divorces. We will have less broken homes. Like that's why I'm so passionate about it, because we look at just the little small nuances, but it creates a bigger picture because it creates dysfunction, discord among black men, black women. It creates discord in our families. We don't marry. We don't have lasting marriages. We don't have healthy marriages. And then that creates a dynamic without having healthy children. And so that creates the ills in the community. So black people want to get serious about, the ills in our community, our teens that are killing and in gangs. And we want to talk about the children and stuff that's on drugs, the girls that are turning to strippers, and the Cardi B's and all that kind of stuff. All that would die down and almost come to non-existence if we really took relationships and marriage and community serious. And Black people don't take it as serious as we should. So we talking about these small nuances. Oh, it's not a big deal, but it filters out into a bigger picture, and the bigger picture affects the Black community. And I have children to raise for this future, and they got to marry somebody, and so it's like the morals and the values are just getting lower and lower and lower and lower, to everything goes, no standards, no morality, no gender roles, and then we end up to nothing. And that's why we're the last on the totem pole as Black people. Still, we're last on the totem pole, and this is what other nationalities say about us and everything. Matter of fact, and I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna be quiet. This is it was a post. A man had posted, and he was saying how he don't like that Black women get a bad rap. And this is a Afghan man. He said, as a complete outsider who only got in touch with American Black culture through rap, movies, etc., I was always wondering why you all treat your own women with so much disrespect. He said, if you don't like how your women are treating you, then maybe you should change your input. And this is from another nationality, Afghan. So, I mean, we're looked at all over the world as difficult, not going to marry, our children are wayward, and we just think it's a game. It's just, we're selfish. We don't think about community. We don't think about tribe. We don't think about the effects of it. And that's why I commend this man for standing up to his friend and being accountable, because that affects our household, that affects our children and everything else. Who's to say that man didn't have children with his wife already? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say.
I agree with you for once for tonight.
Keep fanning. Come on. Keep on fanning. You get you a box fan and put it in the room.
It's over there. I got it.
I agree on some terms with that, but anybody else got to come in. I think all our nerves and start kind of calming down. It's been a real razzle dazzle night.
You and Jericho went to therapy tonight, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I don't went to therapy.
Y'all listen, this is the type of show we have. We get heated, it gets complicated, it gets funny, it's all mixed in one.
Jericho, somebody gonna like the way you fan it. Somebody's gonna like the way you fan it, Jericho.
I hope they do, and I hope when they come, I hope they ready to make me a stay-at-home wife. I hope they don't make me pay 50-50. I hope they lawyer.
Hang up right now. Put her backstage. Angela.
So let me fan my neck so they can see my neck. Listen. Don't take me out of my job.
Turn around so we can see that kitchen. Turn around so we can see that kitchen back there. It's turning me on. Lord, Angela got heated, dude. That's right. She got off. She got overheated. She got turned on.
I'm really heated.
Your earphones turned her on too much. Your headphones turned her on too much, bro.
Look at Marquel looking like, huh?
You know what? I'm happy to be here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here with y'all. I want to thank God. You know what I'm saying?
You held it down, Marquel. You held it down.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
She's back. Did you go take a cold shower, Angela?
Had a weird disturbance. Knock at the door.
Got it.
Oh Lord. Was it the pizza man?
I'm not about to be twerking. That's all you need to know.
You don't take twerking for a lot of folks.
I don't know. I'm just saying she hung all the way up. She got off the call and then came back.
No, it was some stuff. No, it ain't nothing crazy.
I'm just messing. It's all right.
Well, I think this about wraps up this show. I hope, listen, for those of y'all who stayed hanging on with us, we appreciate it so much. This was a very interesting show with interesting topics. Again, we're going to come to terms where we will agree to disagree, and that's all right. Again, this show is about just having conversations about, relevant things and how things are viewed, and of course, we still love the Lord. We still, Christian base and all of that. But this is just, dealing with reality of what centered before us. And sometimes, having the conversation is, the beginning stages of even coming to some type of common resolve and just seeing things change for the better, hopefully, in our society. So, yeah, with that being said, who anybody have any closing remarks? Y'all want to say any last words before we go off tonight?
I'm tired.
Angela said
it was good to have Marquel on.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Good job.
Marquel, we didn't scare you too much. We didn't scare
you.
I
definitely got it. I'm familiar with Jared and Stephanie, but I definitely got a good feel for y'all. Y'all are live and turned up. You know what I mean? I don't know whether to grab my Bible or my gun.
Look, the Bible is the gun. The Bible is the
gun.
Lord have mercy. You know what, Jared?
Hallelujah.
Jared gonna be that preacher down there at the MARTA station, preaching to folks after a while.
I sure am.
She's gonna be right there.
I sure am. I know like Jesus had to lead them astray.
Repent right now. They gonna be like, that's the crazy lady down there be preaching at the MARTA station, y'all.
And get what? No, if life in shambles, they gonna find me for prayer too.
Carl, stop.
Oh,
please.
No, Carl, no.
I think Carl got the foot fetish. Lord of mercy.
Don't do Carl. Carl said he ain't got time for y'all shenanigans.
Carl got an ankle fetish.
You better have it only for Lady Butler and Lady Butler only.
You're right.
Lady Butler ain't showing her ankles. Okay, I'm sorry.
No men of God out here. We need more men of God out here that don't mind being seen with their wives, and they cannot be out here otherwise.
Jericho, you got the sexiest elbows I ever seen in my life. You do.
I know it.
We got the sexiest elbows. Don't show your elbows on here. Don't do it. Don't you do
ready for a diamond encrusted tennis bracelet.
Exactly.
Encrusted. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna get you some boxing gloves.
I don't know.
Somebody got their TV up mighty loud. I think somebody got their TV up loud. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight, the conversation. We could go on and on and on, but we know at some point we got to end. I hope that y'all will join with us again when we do this again. Hopefully it will be Tuesday after next. Y'all know we try to do every other Tuesday. And, some of our time was stolen because we had some technical difficulties tonight, but that's all right. I think it was still a great show and, great conversation. So love you guys. Y'all go in peace, go in love, be blessed, and know that you are favored always. Till next time. See y'all later. Y'all stay home, I guess. Vaccines. Bye, viewing audience. We love you guys.
Peace out. No twerking.